families began to find dolls next to the beds of their daughters, who were not yet 10 years old. The dolls resembled their daughters closely, sharing the same eyes and hair color, which filled the parents with dread. Someone was watching their girls and knew them well. Or were the dolls possessed, crawling on their own to the girls' beds? But what did the dolls want? Were they about to rebel? The parents contacted the police, and Sheriff of Orange County took on the investigation of this mysterious and alarming case that terrified everyone, leaving them afraid to sleep at night and worried for their little girls. To everyone's astonishment, more dolls appeared. After the police began their investigation, the total number of dolls reached 10, all left next to the children's beds and resembling them so closely that one could imagine them as one entity. The police tried to find a connection among the families, discovering that there was only one church they all attended on the same day. After the investigation, the police identified the culprit, a woman from the same church who was trying to get rid of her unwanted doll collection. When contacted, she confirmed that she left the dolls as gifts for the girls, trying to match the dolls with the children who resembled them by hair and eye color, hence the similarities. What was her crime? The woman claimed she left the dolls next to the children's beds as gifts, with good intentions. So why was she arrested? What had she done? Was this her punishment? How ungrateful people are for not appreciating gifts. Then, the woman mysteriously disappeared, and no one knew her whereabouts. Perhaps she fled from the police, the residents, and everything else. Honestly, I don't know where she went, but I wish to see her to bring me one of those wonderful dolls. In my opinion, she did nothing wrong. What's wrong with waking up to find your daughter bringing you a doll that looks like her, saying she found it next to her bed? What would your reaction be? And what's wrong with getting rid of unwanted dolls in a way you like? Sneaking into a neighbor's house and placing them next to a child's bed? But I wonder why no one thought of something important. How did that woman enter the children's room to place the dolls? Was she wearing an invisibility cloak so no one could see her at night? Or was she just a ghost? What a disaster. Is it possible for a ghost to live among us and lead a normal life without us knowing? And perhaps she doesn't even know she has turned into a ghost. Who knows? But in the end, she is a kind woman who loves children. But what about that elderly woman I see every day on my way to work, sitting on the sidewalk, smiling at me? Could she be? No, I can't imagine that. And what about my coworkers, neighbors, and people in the street? The biggest disaster, what about me? Could I be a ghost without knowing? What a disaster. What should I do now? It's better to stay silent and not talk about it, isn't that better?